What is going on, everybody? One Piece 395. We're having some very interesting episodes here. Getting introduced to a lot of characters. Even though the episodes have been all over the place, each one of them has had, like, its moments. Last episode, the old man, the woman's wife, don't remember her name, the ship, right, or whatever you want to refer to him, that we're looking for to help coat our ships, happens to be, or was, Gold Roger's vice captain? Random as hell, absolutely insane. He's got the Haki, or whatever the power system is in this show. So maybe he'll be our introduction to it. It's kind of interesting because it's very, spoilers if you haven't seen Hunter x Hunter, where we see all these characters with like these strong abilities, and then, you know, a good chunk of episodes after we've had multiple arcs, all of a sudden we get introduced to this world that, like, the characters have no idea, like, they're not strong at all. And if you don't have knowledge of this, essentially I feel like no matter how strong your devil's fruit is, when we're going to get to a point in the story, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter, like, oh well, Luffy's got gear 2, gear 3, whatever. If you don't have essentially Nen mastered or know what it is and how to combat it and use it, if you don't know what Haki is and know how to use it and counter it, I just think it's just never going to be a competition. No matter how strong gear 2 or gear 3 or gear 25 is, I feel like our crew is going to need to have that power system unlocked. And I'm sure we're going to get introduced to strong characters that don't even have Devil's Fruit, that just have power based off of Haki or whatever. So we've got that whole thing to get introduced to. I wonder if it's going to start here. And then it makes you think, like, who has it and who doesn't. Do, like, all admirals have it? Do all the vice admirals? Some of them don't. Warlords, XYZ. So that's a whole box that we're probably going to open up soon. And then how does somebody like him even get captured, by the way? Because the guys that are capturing these giants and these mermaids and whatever, they just look like your run-of-the-mill, like, low-end hunters, pirate hunters, that looks like they couldn't capture anything that gives them a struggle. So how does he get captured unless he was just drunk and passed out and they put something on him? And I'm wondering if there's a way, because you know how we use, like, the Sea Prism Stone, the handcuffs, to combat the Devil's Fruit users. So if we need to, like, capture them or something like that. Is there anything like that for the Haki power system to just, like, turn that shit off? Because some of these people, I don't understand how you even have the ability to capture them unless you have an entire standing Navy army with you. Just to get, I don't know. I'm sure we're getting introduced to all that. Let's see what we got. It. The hell? Hold on real quick. I can't get the... For some reason, the time bar won't go away. Fleet Admiral Sengoku. Eh? Eh? He's, I was about to say. How does he get captured? Who's the other legend? He said, do you think the Navy can afford to take on 2 legends at once? Who's the other one? Who are we talking about? Because you're not capturing him. The guys we see trying to get Kami and everything, they're not capturing him. He's saying he sold himself because he lost a bet. Now we got human trafficking going on here. See how it goes. See how it goes. I can't wait for the power system. That's probably what I'm looking forward to the most next in the show. And just the Fleet Admiral Sengoku's character, what he can do, what's up with that goat that always eats the papers. Looking forward to learning about other people's powers, the warlords, everything, the other 4 Dawns or whatever we're calling them. All these newcomers, their powers. So there's a lot that we're looking forward to here. I'm actually looking forward to watching like One Piece episodes. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to start that next episode. When we were in the middle of Thriller Bark and some of the stuff before, I was like, man, I gotta strap up and watch this. Hope I don't fall asleep. But we're getting some good stuff though, so I'm hoping. Like, couldn't he just flex and bust out of there if he wanted to? He could literally flex and bust out of that. Ooh. Human music box. Byron. Anybody? Why are these pirates in the like? What are they trying to do? What are Law and Kid doing here? Like, are they actually going to try to buy some of these? Or do they just buy them and set them free? Or I hope. Make a great guard dog. Oh, this man's serious. He ain't got that in him. He's freaking out. They just drove up your price, buddy. And sold. It's not bad. It's not a bad price. I don't know what the price of these things go for, but it seems decent. They're in on it. Damn. And they all split it. They just split the money. Yeah. Those guys had no intentions. And if they end up buying it, it's whatever. We'll figure out how we're going to pay for it. But they probably don't even have them pay for it. Probably just flip them back on the auction block a couple days from now when a new cast has shown up. Smart, though. Have your guys show up, drive up the price, knowing they don't have any interest in actually buying. General minimum value of humans is 500,000 berries. Male giants, whoa. That's why they're trying to get her so bad. And they've never heard of this. Zoro and all his pirate hunting, and well, there's never been an instance for Zoro to ever reveal, like, hey, they sell humans, this is what things go for, but I'm wondering if he's going to be surprised by this. You know, Sanji's like, what is this? And Luffy and everyone's like, wait, they're selling that. Zoro was in a similar bounty-ish line of work. Hopefully, he won't be as shocked. Robin knew what was up. It's not so giggle games anymore, is it? When are they gonna start taking things serious? Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Where's this place? We don't care about the guy. Where? Grove number 1. Go. Brooke's just living life. Frankie, you can't give yours some juice? Propel backwards, shoot some cola backwards and let it go faster? You know what works out for this though? Zoro thinks the ship is at station number 1. How convenient. The entire story is convening on number 1. That works. Mm-hmm. It brings the story together. Kill them, please. I wish he would have killed the celestial dragon, man. Did he just Haki people too? Or they're just afraid of the death stare? That's the second time we've seen one of the crew do that. Luffy did it to that wannabe cow. Like a presence came off of him. Right there, Zoro looked to do the same thing, but I can't tell if they were just scared of the look Zoro made or he actually also let off a presence. They're unlocking it without even knowing what it is. I don't know if it's because they've been so tested in battle or what. Yeah, they won't. They'll wait. They'll sell Kami at the end. As long as he doesn't wink this episode, I'll take that as a win. Hopefully he doesn't wink. They made it. Oh. Yes. Just don't wink, please. This is going like too well. Like, what's happening here? This is creeping me out. Why do they keep going from his face to Zoro to Sanji to his face to his face? Yeah, that cow needs a break. Appa, yip yip. Get the hell off of here. What's happening here? Why do they keep doing this? What am I missing? Why are we zooming in, zooming in, zooming in? Okay, I was like, what is he about to backstab us about? Alright, get everybody here. Come on. Quickly. I want to see some juice in this episode here. Oh, we're halfway? No shot, Buckaroony. We are. Damn. Okay, hold on now. We might get a little something. I think in the last 5 episodes or so, they haven't let me down yet. So we're waiting on Luffy, Zoro. See somebody's bodyguard. I'm assuming he's one of the Celestials' guards. I mean, what can you do? I need Luffy to just come in and crash right through the roof. It's illegal here, though. What can you do? Yeah. Not here. Don't they have their own rules here and own laws and... Hmm. Yes, they're all in it. You scratch our back, we do this, you let us know some information, yada yada yada. You know how it works. Okay, that starfish needs to calm down. Yeah, it's like the oh. Yes. Bro. Oh, look at Nami. Look at Nami. Look at Nami. Look at Nami's face. I've never seen her that serious before. Or maybe I have, but not in a long time. Is she gonna like subdue them, or is she gonna like really do some shit? Hey girl. What's she doing? Nami? Do you want to move up the rankings? Just go buy her. They're gonna go buy her themselves? What, are they gonna outbid? Do we have it like that? Because we don't. We don't have it like that. We do not have it. I'm gonna say it was 70 million minimum. You know that's gonna get drove up. Oh Lord. I want someone to just screw over these celestial dragons so badly. Like, and I want someone to know what they are, who they are, and what it means, and still disrespect them anyway. Just because we want the smoke. Send it. I don't care. Let Okaji show up. Let Fleet Admiral, Goku, Garp, just send them. Send them. We'll run it if we have to. It is what it is. And I wanted it to be Zoro so bad. He's gonna show up and he's gonna go crazy in here. That's the only thing I like about Luffy in these situations. Because he has no filter, he has no conscience, he does have no social awareness, not a damn thing. So everyone's here afraid to say something, afraid to do something, afraid to anything. I just want him to come busting in there. Like, swings the doors open, yelling at the top of his lungs. I mean, we can't buy them all, guys. We can't buy them all. I understand how bad it is, but we can't because you're trying to get Kami. But these people... Okay. What can you do? You can't buy them all, Nami. Don't. We're running out of time. There's not that much time left in the episode. I don't think. We've got like 2 minutes left. We don't have it, Nami. We don't have those kind of funds. 70. Nami, the girl that's all about penny pinching and counting and where's our treasure and what's our cut, she's down to just spend it. Spend it. Good for her. But I'm telling you right now, they're gonna get outbid. Just for drama purposes, they're gonna get outbid. They're going to get outbid. It's probably gonna get to the moment where like they say 200 and it looks like they're gonna get it. And then someone outbids them. What? What's happening? Something's coming down. Something's happening. Remember, they're dealing with 2 legends. Yikes. Well, that little 15 seconds makes up for the entire episode, right? So is that what the other legend that Garp was referring to? Whitebeard, I'm assuming, because of what they're about to do? That's why there's not that many troops here. They're gonna publicly execute him. If Luffy is there for that, oh man, it's gonna start a war. Luffy, why is he the last one here? Here we go. We're at 2? God damn it, Zoro, hurry. But the thing is, he just thinks he's heading to the ship, so he's not in any rush. My man's just hanging out, so I get it. Oh god, I forgot about Brook. He's a new member. He's got some work to do. If you had one. That's how the episode's gonna end, isn't it? What the hell's he? I guess half the crew's missing for a second. Thought everybody was there but Luffy, but I guess we are missing half the squad, huh? Yeah, episode ends here on the scream. Ooh, no? That would have been a perfect, like, next time on. They look like they want to do something. Rayleigh? Is that how we're pronouncing his name too? Rayleigh, I'm assuming? Lee, perhaps? That's how we end it. Okay, it was interesting seeing here. Because, you know, these guys have been... like, these are the new up-and-comers, right? Like, these are the guys. This whole section here was pretty interesting to see. Like, pirates freaking out. Like, oh, shit. This is the best moment of the episode here. There's one of them. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. He says, that's why there's not a presence here. I wondered why there were so few Marines on this island, despite being so close to Navy headquarters. Want to read that one more time? He says, Whitebeard's 2nd Division Commander, Fire Stays. Public execution. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty bad. So what's the play here? I mean, honestly, you know, we're waiting for a lot of stuff to happen, but there's some interesting stuff here, so... it's picking up. Give it some time. One Piece is trying to cook. So I'm trying to think of the moments here. We had Zoro. That was one moment right there. Were they just frightened because, oh man, this guy has a 100+ million berry bounty, and he's not like looking scared or begging for his life? Like, he's gonna fight us. Actually, this is too much smoke. We just want the easy captures. We're trying to run. Or did he like look like he did a little bit something there? And that's the second time we've seen. This is the 3rd instance of Haki that we've seen in the last 10 episodes. Luffy did it to Appa's cousin there. Rayleigh did it to help Kami out there for a second. And now it looks like Zoro's done it as well. I would say that, like, oh, you know, Zoro just intimidated them with a look. But the fact that they just did that last episode and they did it before with Luffy, it seems to be a thing. Now, again, I compared it to Nen and kind of how, like, you know, Gon and Killua and some others, like, they started out strong. Like, they have techniques, they're strong, you know, through the hunter exam and through certain things. but there was a certain level that they couldn't compete with unless they figured this out, and it wasn't something they were ever going to be able to figure out by themselves. It had to be taught, it had to be unlocked, it had to be taught. With Haki, or whatever we're getting into power-wise here, do you need a teacher? Does it need to be I mean, of course it's going to make it easier, but it looks like they're kind of naturally unlocking it, and I'm assuming it might be because just of how battle-tested the two of them are at the moment, Zoro and Luffy, is what I'm assuming, that they're naturally, like, opening those nodes of power. So we've got that going on. You got the whole, you know, human trafficking, fishman trafficking, celestial dragon nonsense that's going on. Haven't seen Nami that serious probably since her arc back on Arlong Park and stuff like that. You know, there's been moments where she's been frightened or scared or something like that, but to see her that locked in, and I already know they're not going to buy her back. It would be too easy. I see them probably having the winning bid there for a second, and someone's going to outbid them. Now maybe it's the two that we saw earlier, like that shot that human slave that they had. Just to kind of bring it all full circle, we'll kind of see what happens with that. So we had those two instances happening. Then we had a third instance happen there with Garp at the very beginning of the episode, talking about like, hey, someone's reporting to him like, we've got a serious problem over here. You know, we've reported, sightings have been reported of Rayleigh over here. He's like, oh shit, that's definitely him. I'm thinking like, how does he get captured? Garp hinted at the fact that he probably lost gambling, so sold himself, because that's pretty much all he has to sell. But like, he is a problem. Now, does he choose to? That's the thing. All these pirates and warlords or whatever, they're problems for sure. But the thing is, like, do they choose to be a problem? Like, we don't just show up places and start fucking shit up. We just, like, get into things or try to help people or do things like that. It's not like Luffy's showing up at Arlong Park and Sky Pia and Ennis Lobby and just like, hey, we're pirates, we're about to fuck this shit up. They just get into trouble. Like, things just happen to follow them. I mean, they're the main characters of the story, so of course things are going to happen to them, but it's like when Ron, Harry, and Hermione keep going back to school every year, for some reason they just keep getting into these events that keep happening. It's the same thing with us. We're not looking for trouble, it just keeps happening, whether it's to help people or help ourselves. So would Rayleigh choose to be a problem and start drama or something like? Because even if he gets I'm assuming someone of his caliber, even that collar you put on him or whatever, like, if he wanted to walk out of that cell right now and probably walk off that whole island, this whole area, he could. And I don't think anybody's stopping him personally. Anybody that's there currently on the government side. So we got that going on. And then the climax of the episode for me is the world government is planning to publicly execute Ace, Whitebeard's crew, Luffy's brother, Garp's grandson. Now, but is that what Garp's referring to? Because we've seen the way Garp was with Luffy. If Garp wanted to, he could have captured all of them with his bare hands and dragged their asses right back to Ennis Lobby or whatever marine base jail he wanted to and call it a day, but he chose not to. I'm assuming when he says the world government is dealing with two legends right now, he's talking about Whitebeard as well, which means he knows what the issue is that they're dealing with Whitebeard, and that is the public execution of Ace, his grandson. So does Garp have a problem with that? Does he take issue with that? Does he feel some type of way about that? Because I'm assuming that's what he's referring to, and if it is, he's just over there giggling his ass off. So I feel like he's one of those, like, you know, I'm not going to get in there when, you know, it's their time, they can do whatever, but I still, there's some level of care there that I wonder, like, how he, like, would he step in given their decisions, like if they did things, and I don't know. I'm sure that's going to be a point. I'm sure if and when this happens, Garp is going to be there, Luffy's going to be there, and I wouldn't be surprised if their father is there too. Maybe not known, but, you know, shows up and is kind of like in the shadows, and maybe us as a viewer find out after the fact. But like the up-and-coming pirates were saying, what's the play here? You've already got, like, it's a pirate era right now, and You've been taking hits. The government has lost. Maybe this is why they feel that way. You've lost 2 warlords recently. You're trying to fill seats. Shit's going down. You got people attacking government bases and this, and that, and that. Do you feel like you're losing grip a little bit? Like you're losing power and we've got to make an example? What better way than what we have right here? Is Ace Whitebeard's vice captain or no? Is he the Zoro to Luffy? Is he the Rayleigh to Roger, or he's not there? I don't know, because the way they talk, they always say like second in command, second unit commander, but they never have dropped the title of like vice commander or, you know, anything like that. Because if he's not, then that's a whole nother character we've got to get introduced to. Like, who is Whitebeard's like vice captain? I don't know if he is either. I'm gonna need clarification on that. But what's their play there? They already have trouble with the 4 of them already, with Whitebeard, Shanks. I don't think we've got introduced to the other 2, have we? Because you got Whitebeard, Shanks, Luffy's dad leading a whole other kind of division that's going on. There's a lot the world government's trying to work with here, and there's different pirates popping out the woodworks every day, making a name for themselves. The Straw Hats of the worlds, the Law, the Kids, the etc. What are we? Even if you wanted to prove a point, like, is that just? It seems risky. That seems like very, very risky. I mean, even if they did it in private, word would get out that Whitebeard's second in command has been executed. But man, what is the play? Like they're saying, like, Whitebeard is going to be furious. He's going to be pissed. It's going to start a war. Is that? I mean, I guess you are weakening Whitebeard in a sense, because we know how strong Ace is, but I don't know what they're going for here. I guess if maybe they feels like they're losing a little bit of their strength. Warlords are dropping. We're getting attacked, and prisoners aren't getting to their places, and yada yada yada, and blah blah blah. Let's show the world, like, hey, we can still capture somebody from Whitebeard's crew, and we'll put them down if we have to. So if you think, you know, we're losing grip or getting weak, here's a prime example. If we can get Gold Roger, if we can get someone of Ace's caliber, we'll end up getting all of you eventually too. But man, is that gonna be worth the smoke? I don't know. That's a big, because I don't know what they're going for. Do they want to put their foot down as like, hey, we're not weak? Because that's a lot. I don't know what the play is here. I don't know what the world government or the Navy plans to do. They're really kind of hammering it home here. I mean, this is in a lot of animes and a lot of stories in general of like, us as a viewer, we follow the Straw Hats. We meet a lot of pirates. So we're rooting for pirates. Not all pirates are bad. You know, look at us. We don't rape and reave and steal a little bit. But we don't, you know, when you think of pirate, you know, I wouldn't like put us in that category. But there's some bad ones out there. Same thing here. There's some shady, dirty Marines walking around. They're just out here publicly selling, human trafficking. The Marines know it and they're letting it go. Now that's a whole other thing, because the Celestial Dragons are part of it. Not even the Marines can stop them or rein them in. So it's like, what do? We just kind of let it go. And there's a lot of things that are being like let go here. Like, we enforce this, but we don't enforce that. I feel like that's going to be a point that we hammer a long way. Kind of like the Hunter x Hunter Chimera Ant arc. You know, you've got humans acting a certain way that they don't even seem human. They seem like the ants, the killers, the murderers. You've got ants that are more humane than the humans. They've got feelings and they care. So I think the same thing's going to happen here. We're going to see just how dirty the Marines are. Like, they're worse than pirates. And then you're going to have some of them that are outstanding, you know, protectors and do their jobs and try to. And there's going to be the gray area. And the same with pirates. So we'll see. I don't know what their play is there. So we got the whole power system being slowly, like, really introduced. And then Ace's public execution, which I'm assuming is going to be just a drum. I mean, I've been calling this Ace death thing. It just seems too set up. I don't even know the word for it. It seems too easy to not do, if that makes sense. To really flip the switch on the severity level in this story, because it's not there yet. Nobody dies, nobody gets killed, you know. The crew's fine, they always overcome, nothing's a thing. Luffy doesn't take anything serious, he doesn't care about any of that. He just wants to become king of the pirates, he just wants to find the One Piece, he just wants his friends to follow his dream, and he'll protect his friends, and that's what's it. But like, there's been no consequences to him racking up this crazy high bounty. There's been no consequences to him attacking a government facility and shooting down their flag, and essentially like, he's starting war essentially with them, between his Straw Hats group at least. And every time someone's like tried to have a little bit of like a talk with him that like is from the old time or whatever that we've seen, he's like, that doesn't matter to me. So I feel like the serious level in the show in general needs to be like cranked up a little bit, and it is here a little bit with the human trafficking and the selling of this and the racism towards this and this and that and that. And then you would need something that would trigger Luffy enough. Now it's not going to be strong. I don't know where we at, like 1,080, 1,100 episodes. I think even from where I'm at right now, so let's say episode 400, so in about another 700 episodes, I still would put money on it at this point in time that not a single Straw Hat has died in the entire series, in the entire show. I think everybody's alive at this point in time, like where you guys are currently in the manga, currently in the anime. Clearly not Luffy, clearly, but no Zoro, no Sanji, no Chopper, no Robin, no Nami, no Usopp, no Frankie, no Brook. I don't know who else may or may not join the crew down the line, but I'm almost guaranteed positive that none of them are going to die or ever going to die. That's just the show. They're not doing that. This isn't Attack on Titan type shit, you know. This isn't Vinland Saga. It's just not going that way. It's just not. So how do we raise the stakes though to show that like, okay, this can be a thing? And not just raising stakes of like showing like sad backstories that like, oh man, their backstory's so sad, and then we just like, okay, well, we're back in the present time and, you know, they've overcome it or they're fine, you know. It's got to be something that would hit Luffy, and whether that's his father, whether that's Garp, or whether that's Ace, I feel like one of them, or maybe all of them, have to be taken out, like actually die at some point. And I think that's the route we're going. Now, is it going to be all three of them at some point? I have no idea. And then if and when Ace does die, I'm assuming Garp's going to be there. What does he feel or say? Because he met with Luffy and was like, hey, you know, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. I would think he feels equally the same towards Ace. So does he just like let it happen? Because he kind of just free balls and does his own thing too. He's like that senior employee that like, he's like, they won't fire me, I can just get away with whatever I want to do. But when they bring your family member to work to execute them, I don't know, a lot of interesting points, a lot of interesting questions. We'll leave there and see what happens. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and as always,